Hi, YouTube. I'm about to go live on Instagram in a minute, but I wait, while you wait, I have some non-copyright music. Mm. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ba-doo, 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 doo, ba-doo. Move you over here. Mm, 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 mm. All right, all right, all right. So, well, I'll get to see part of my kitchen. Part of it. Well, you can see that there's a new angle. Mm. Let me go and get my glasses. Okay, okay, okay. Now, I didn't do walking in water today. Okay, y'all. Mm, I could at least have on some earrings. I'm not quite ready. Ouch. All right, now I'm red. Ooh, no, I'm not. Not on this camera. This camera look shadier than a mother lover. Shadier than a mother. Shadier than a mother. Shadier than a mother. Let them get on in here. Ay, toika, toika, toika. Bam! That's right, I'm back. I'm back. All right, welcome to the morning chat where I tell you what's on my mind in the morning time. How y'all doing? I hope y'all had a restful rest yesterday. I hope y'all got y'all walk in because I didn't. I didn't. I didn't get my exercise in this morning. I didn't. The most exercise I did was getting up, washing up, and making this breakfast. I even did the most laziest thing I've ever done in my life is drove my car across the street so I can get these daggone apple turnovers. Excuse me. That was just me giving you my butt to kiss if you got something to say. No, I had dropped my earring. My earring flew out as I was sliding in here. Okay, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Again, welcome to the morning chat where I tell you what's on my mind in the morning time. I don't have my headsets on over here, so I can't hear the music. Anyway, you know I put them up because I don't use the headsets that much. Uh, I only use it when I'm doing vocals, which I need to get back to doing my podcast, like having this on Spotify and stuff like that. Hmm. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing. Matter of fact, I don't know if I have made it to Spotify, but I did do. I went through this one podcast, Podbean, and I was paying that monthly to upload them and do the whole thing. But we ain't talking about them today. Um, so let's start our day off, our morning chat off with the morning announcements. Child, y'all, I finally, I think I'm having this playing in the background. I hope it doesn't get me struck. It's supposed to be copyright free, DMCA free. Okay. So, man, I wish I had DJ rights so I could be playing music. This would be a whole radio show. We'll be like chicka 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 chicka. Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's get into the morning announcements. I finally edited episode 14 of Bedtime Story of I was gonna take those off. If I could read just a little bit, the reflection of that ring light and my thank you, Lord, that I'm gonna get me some big lights. But I'm still on Savage and His Lady. I've edited and posted on According to Akara Bedtime Stories. The review of chapter 17 and 18 is put up, and of course you have the bedtime cocktail, which is a Mexican old fashioned. Mm-hmm. So, excuse me. I am eating. I just took my iron pill because I need to mind your business until I'm willing to tell you my business. Okay. So, yes, so that is up and ready to view. Again, I would suggest you go back to Sunday's May 29th, 28th, 29th, where we did mental health and relationships, and we had the wonderful Shantae Dabney. She is a licensed professional therapist here in the state of Georgia, and she's a life coach anywhere in the USA and abroad. Okay, so you want to go to Butterfly, and I said I was going to put that in the Monday. How y'all can contact these people, and I sure didn't. I got to do better. I got to do better, child. So yes, go and watch that. Go watch um, that the little single satisfied on Instagram. Go follow me over on YouTube according to Car Bedtime Stories and go watch my bedtime stories. Uh-huh. Chad. That's all. Oh, wait a minute. I just want to say this is not today, but my nephew, Kelsey Hatcher Jr., is graduating from elementary school, and he's becoming a little middle schooler. Oh my God, he's double digits and everything. He's growing up so fast. Before you know it, I'll be going to his college graduation. Now I'm going to go ahead and speak it. Dr. Hatcher in the place. Dr. Hatcher. Dr. Hatcher. Okay? Now, some of y'all may not know or respect the fact that your auntie is a prophet, and I be calling stuff. And if I say my nephew's gonna be a doctor, my nephew's gonna be a doctor. You hear me? Okay, Dr. Hatcher, Dr. Hatcher. Okay, and he's gonna be the best in his field, and it's gonna be amazing. He'll be the first doctor on the spectrum because they don't think they can do it. But watch. And he might not even be on the spectrum by that time. Maybe I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, so that's all for the morning announcements. Oh, okay. This music is bringing me down. I'm gonna have to turn you off. Can you get upbeat? Can we get some upbeat? Can we get some upbeat non-copyright music? This one is like it's rocking me to sleep. Okay, well I'm gonna turn you off then, chill. It's a do. That's why I wish I had me a DJ's license that I could play music. Chicka, morning chat, morning chat, morning chat, morning chat. Anyway. Oh, moving on. Let's go to the DoorDash Chronicles, DoorDash Chronicles, Anyway, how y'all doing? So the DoorDash Chronicles today is drum roll, drum roll. I finally used the app that I work for. I DoorDash me some food yesterday. So now I seen from the customer's point of view what they see and how they order and what it feels to be a customer. Okay? And yes, I tipped. And you do have an option to tip after the delivery. Okay? Now, I got to see that you can tip after the delivery. I got to see like I had a discount because it was my first time actually using DoorDash. How you doing, girl? Good morning. Good morning to you. Oh, good morning. Morning. Morning to you. Whop it out. Good morning. Good morning to you. Jessica's back. Dun, 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 dun. Let's put cheers in here. Jessica's back. Ah! Everybody cheers as she walks into the room. Welcome to hear you back. Welcome. I'm happy to know that prayers are being answered. Okay, so yes, so I use DoorDash and I can see, okay, how much y'all pay. I spent $18, well, 20 because I tipped after the young man delivered my food. I paid $20 for shrimp lo mein, one steak and cheese egg roll, and it was a lunch special, so I got fried rice as well, which I don't understand that part. Like if I had lo mein, I should have. Well, anyway, so I paid 20 bucks. 20. Okay, and that was only because it was 2 miles away from my house. So I know you all know how far the restaurant is from your house. So I tipped $2 a mile. So it was two with some change. So I originally tipped a $5 tip to make up for the distance, the $2 a mile, or at least on my part. And then I gave them an extra 3 or 2 after he delivered, something like that, just because, I want to show love to one of my fellow Door Dashers. Um, so I do know that y'all can tip afterwards. I know how those delivery fees can bang you in the head, especially if you're ordering from a long distance. I was only 2 miles and it was $2.99. That's what my delivery fee was. Okay. And it's because the first time I used it, I got free delivery fee. But I also didn't want to tip $20 because something is 10 miles away. So I got something fairly close and would guarantee that I get it a little sooner than what I wanted. Also, I realized y'all do have an option on how quick you get your food. Okay, I was wondering when, as a driver, sometimes I get stacked orders. If you order or if you use the express, that means I'm only, whoever picks up that order is the only person that's picking up that order. Okay. And you pay an extra $2.99 for it to come directly to you. But if you do standard, it's a possibility that you can get in maybe a part of a stacked order. And that means that basically it's going to look, especially if you don't tip, okay, especially if you don't add a tip, you're going to probably get put in a stacked order, which means they're picking up from other places, and you're going to just get your food when you get your food. Okay, well, you're going to get it in the time. You have a time period where we drivers have to have it to you, or the app is going to issue a violation. But it's possible that you're not going to get your food as quickly because I have another order. And if the person, if DoorDash sends the driver a second order from a restaurant that takes a day, an hour, 2 days to get your order out, like Five Guys, okay, and you ordered from Jersey Mike's, and I decide to stay at Five Guys until they finish making. Look, because I've gotten text messages from people that have stacked orders. Okay, where it's like, it looks like you're stuck. Is everything okay? I'm like, I had another order to pick up. You were part of a stacked order, so I'm picking up this one, and they're taking a long time. I've got your food, but boom, boom. So tip, as now that I have DoorDash food, I've been the customer. If you want your food right away, go ahead and just pay that extra $2.99. If you don't pay that $2.99, don't be texting the driver like, "Where are you? Is everything okay?" Which is not really. They don't give a hoo ha if everything is okay. They just want to see is, did you get my order? Are you eating my food? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with my food? I'm hungry. But if you did standard, just know that you could be a part of a stacked order, and if you didn't tip, they're definitely adding it to a stacked order to get one of the drivers to. What I've noticed is DoorDash will pair an order that someone who didn't tip with someone who tipped, and sometimes really well. Like I've gotten like a $10 tip, and I only went 2 miles to drop it off, but I had another order that took me 5 miles, and I'm just exaggerating because I don't think it was that bad, but it took me further. I'll do that, so I'm not lying to you. And that person didn't tip, and they got it for $1 a mile from the last. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'd be upset had I not had the other order that tipped really good. Okay. So sometimes they'll do that in order for us to pick it up because DoorDash drivers will not pick up. There's some that will be benevolent. It's like, oh, well, it's especially the ones that unwisely go by the number. Okay. Because yes, us DoorDash is cherry pick. That's what we call. We don't just take any order that's just put out. Just because you order something on DoorDash doesn't mean that every DoorDash driver is have to take it. Okay, we choose. Some of us DoorDash drivers have a standard of a certain amount of money per mile, depending on where you live as well. And then some has a goal based off of how much it is. So I don't take any orders under $9. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is depending on where you is. That's why I'm using this as an example. I'm not taking any orders under $9. Okay. And DoorDash drivers will pay the $9 even if it takes them 9 miles. I'm not down for that. Not or they will take it even if it takes them way out of their zone. Okay. I learned with Petco. The number be big. It be looking real pretty like, girl, $50. One stop. one store. Now I said the one store stop. Okay, you're not picking up from this store and that store. 24 items. You see 24 items. Oh, this must be a major drop off for Petco. It is around town until you realize that you're getting paid $2 per delivery and you done drove all around your city. Literally. Literally. And then you realize that you put all that wear and tear on your vehicle for $2 per delivery. I don't know if it's getting better in your city, but DoorDash here is getting better because the last time I dropped off with them, it was $7 a delivery. Inflation, and it's showing towards the drivers. So yes. So I got to see from y'all's end. So some of the excuses that y'all be doing, it's like if you did standard, look, if I'm stopped, that means I'm probably sitting at a store. If your delivery driver stops and they say they confirmed and picked up your order, and then they went to somewhere else, they and there just seems to be stuck right there. One, it could be traffic. Two, it could be that you were stacked order and you were being cheap. Because I did the standard order because I was going to do give me, come and bring me my food. Matter of fact, no, I did do the express. I want you to bring me my food directly. And it's kind of similar to with Uber and Lyft, where you had the pool rides, where it's like, okay, I could pick up more than just this person. But if I wanted to get there at a certain time, okay, and I don't want to be delayed by in you stopping to pick up five other people on my route to where I'm going, either I do it early in the morning or I just do a direct um, lift. I just don't no don't put me in pool ride. I don't want no pool ride. So it's cheaper, but your food ain't gonna come when you expect it. Okay, well it won't come when you want it, but it be there right on time. Time. Especially if something's added on later. Anyway, so that's all I have for the DoorDash Chronicles. I did it. I see what y'all see when y'all order. Okay. Tip your drivers beforehand and after. Okay. Especially now, I will say about my driver, I did not. I don't think I rated him at all. Which okay, and I was like, dang, I want to rate him. I want to rate him a 5 star because he's my fellow Door Dasher. Okay, damn it. And I know how sometimes these apartment complexes be kind of funny and your GPS could take you to the wrong place. But let me say this. If I was in my feelings for some reason or another, I would have rated that person 4 stars. And I'm going to tell you why. I put full instructions in how to get to my building because I know my building letter is covered up by a tree or like a bush that grew really big and it's covering the G on the building. Okay. And I specifically told this guy once you come in, make your first left, not your first right. But I know because I've taken the GPS home sometimes. Um, and it's like, how do you do GPS home? Sometimes, I need to know how to get out from somewhere and I forget to turn it off. You know what I'm saying? Once I realize where I'm at, I usually don't. But I do know that the GPS tells you to turn right. because the address is on that first building to your right, but that is not the correct building. That's not the correct way. It just takes you there because that's where the address says. I told this person specifically, once you get in the gate, and I know he got in the gate, he used my code, I let him in, go to your first left, not right. Okay. And he went right. And I'm looking for to see where this brother is because I see on the app that it's here. I said, is he still sitting at the gate? Because I promise you, I buzzed him in. Brother man was over there by A and B building. And it's like, and then he eventually called me. And it's like, because I tried to call and it said you can't use it, whatever. All right, fine. Um, how you not follow the instructions though, sir? Now I understand it, especially when you go out of your way to give instructions so that you can get to me. Okay, he clearly went according to his GPS and he did not read the instructions. But again, fellow DoorDash driver, I know how it is. Sometimes you just follow what the GPS, and then when you get there, sometimes you don't even read the instructions at all. Like when you come in, or he may have thought maybe he doesn't know his left from his right. I mean, he was a young man, so maybe they change up which hand is left and which hand is right. I mean, I went to school when we had grammar as a class. Okay, my son went to school when they had language arts. So did they switch up which hand was the right hand, which hand was the left hand? I mean, I don't know. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. Last time I checked, your left was your left and your right was your right, young man. Read the instructions. Okay? But he still deserves a tip because he got in his car and he went to that restaurant and he picked up my food and he called me when he was confused, which was a very good thing. And then I was able to direct him to my building per voice. Okay. But, that kind of makes me do better in my game because now I know from my end how frustrating that is to have, especially written out a whole thing of what you need to do and then you don't, it's almost like you didn't read it. So, and I did get me a thumbs down, one thumbs down for not following instructions. And I probably didn't. It happens. It happens. I mean, even the best of us mess up or maybe misunderstand the directions. Okay. But on the other end, too, though, okay, if your DoorDash driver is calling you and you said you did not say, don't call me, okay, text me, or especially if you say call me, pick up your phones because we're calling you because we're wanting to deliver you your food. Nothing more irritating than people that, especially the ones that tell you to call them and you call them several times and then they want to rate you as not following instructions or not communicating. But the thing is, one thing though, before I end the DoorDash Chronicles, I want to say this. Okay, I'm gonna need you all, customer and driver, to remember DoorDash is not a delivery service. DoorDash is a software company. Let me say that again. DoorDash is not a delivery company. They don't specialize in delivery. They specialize in technology. It is a software company where they've created a platform for those who want to do contract deliveries. Okay? Period. We do not work for a software company. We work for ourselves. We use their platform in order to get our clientele. Okay? And once you realize that, then you just like, well, those people, no, I messed up. DoorDash didn't do anything. I messed up in delivering your food. Okay? Now, if the software glitches, you know what I'm saying, then yeah, that's DoorDash problem. But if you want customer service, I would not be surprised if DoorDash contracted their customer service. They have someone that's answering phones from their home on their leisure. Okay, so when you put in your ratings and you rate people, there's no one to say, well, wait a minute, she called you 3 times. How you gonna say that she doesn't communicate? She tried 3 times. And there's no one to call to say this person never called. You just rate this person really bad, and you have the customer service. The customer service is very little help. They do help, but it's very little because they're not a delivery service company. You could call and say my this and da, like they're gonna take those, and the AI is gonna listen to those complaints, and they're gonna adjust the program accordingly. Okay. So you complaining, yes, it's going to be heard by AI, and then the program is going to be adjusted. Um, Now, I do believe that if there is like a contract violation for drivers, and you put in your reasoning of what's going on, I think a real person actually reads it and it's like, oh, okay, now that we've invested and we've seen that and we've seen that, okay, they can take it off on a higher level. But the customer service people, they can't help you with that either. Okay, let's move on to the short chat. And today, the short chat, short chat. Okay, the short chat segment of the morning chat is topics that I just want to touch on. I just want to touch, doom, 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 touch, doom, 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 touch. I didn't do no investigations. I didn't go deep. I just saw this and I had an opinion. Okay. So I saw yesterday on Comedy Hype on YouTube, Comedy Hype TV, um, and I had watched what they had. They were reporting that Dr. Umar had made a Instagram live or something like that, where he had issues with these recent movies like The Little Mermaid and Into the Spider-Verse, or the new Spider-Man with Morales, the Afro Latina or Tino. Okay, sorry, he's a guy. Afro Latino. Now I just realized that whoever be changing the narrative of what we call people who speak Spanish, because when I was young, we used to call them Hispanic. Okay, and someone changed the name to Latinos. Okay, but if you know any Spanish, you know with the O at the end, it implies male. Okay, and the females would be considered Latinas with an A at the end. And the recent thing that I would say in the last year or so, 2, 3 years or so, is now Latinx. And the X is like that. I feel like that's just an American's way Just like I'm covering all of y'all. I don't know if I should call you Latino or Latina, and you know what I'm saying. So I don't want to offend nobody. So just Latin X, whatever you call yourself, whatever you identify with. Anyway, with Morales as the Spider-Man, and the problem that Dr. Umar had with these two specific movies, because I watched the video through Comedy Hype, and he specified Little Mermaid and the Spider-Man movie, the animated Spider-Man movie. I keep saying enter the Spider-Verse, but that is the first one that featured the young black boy, the Afro Latina. Okay, he's mixed, if I'm correct. His mom is a Latina, and his father is a black man. In the, you know what I'm saying? And he had an issue with the fact that the love interests for the black characters in the movies were not also black. And Dr. Umar, um, has had a controversial presence on Beyonce's internet. Okay, I'm finding myself to be a little bit more and more of a Beyonce fan. Okay, I'm not a beehiver. I'm not a beehiver at all. Okay, but I'm conceding. I'm getting. I'm becoming part of the fold, y'all. Okay, okay. I got to respect my sister sign Virgo. Okay, and her work ethic. Damn it, and how she is amazing and a genius at the same time. Okay, them Virgos are amazing people. You hear me? They be doing this stuff. They might be are controversial, Jada, unless you're a Libra. Because if you're a Libra, then it's a fuck whatever I just said. Libras are amazing too. They are absolutely amazing. Um, they are actually sweetie pies in disguise. Okay. Their persona is sweet, but behind the scenes, they are awesome assholes. Okay, but it's only if they have to be. Nah, on the inside, ooh, they are rotten on the inside. Some of them Libras is rotten on the inside, but we ain't talking about that. Dr. Umar had a point, and I his point, I get it. I'm going to say it. I get his point, and then I don't get his point. I'm gonna tell you why I get it. Because yes, I would like to see black characters with black um love interests, even in even when, and especially in non-black movies like Little Mermaid. Like, I'm not saying I want a whole black class. Don't make the black version of Little Mermaid. I'm not saying that, or the black version of Spider-Man. I'm not saying that. I don't want a black version. I just want. I get it. I would like Little Morales to fall in love with a beautiful black girl, not his counterpart in another universe that happens to be white. And the same thing with Little Mermaid. Could you have made that man a black man? I mean, you made the mermaid black. Make her love interest black. You know what I'm saying? I get that. On the other hand, we're starting. We have to start somewhere, Dr. Umar. Okay, we have to start somewhere. Okay, we are finally seeing representation in a whole, as a whole. Okay, People resist, as you can see. People are resisting when you stuff it down their throat. They kind of, you know, a little sugar helps the medicine go down. The fact that we are here, okay, and mixed relationships do exist. But am I tired that if they have a black lead, that his love interest or her love interest has to be someone of a different race? It doesn't. But that's has been happening for a long time. Think of every once Will Smith became big, once Will Smith had became big, his love interest was almost never a black woman. But in his early, well, no, I mean, you would say the uh 6 degrees of separation. Okay. But Independence Day, his love interest was Vivica Fox, a beautiful black woman. Enemy of the State, his wife was beautiful black woman. Oh, I can see her face and I can't think of her name. Oh man, that sucks. She was in Boys and she's been in so much stuff. Oh, why can't I think of her? She did the Boondocks Boys, Huey and and voices. You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, it'll come back to me. That was a black woman, but after that, it was always a Latina. Oh, wait a minute, hold up. Maybe Will's. I forgot his love interest in Bad Boys was the other girl, Dwayne Wade's wife. Lord, my whole auntie brain is on 100 right now because maybe I should have walked this morning. Maybe I should have walked this morning because my brain synapses are not. I'm surprised I remember Vivica Fox's name. You can't. Va 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 boom, Vivica Fox. I wonder if that's her real name or is that just her stage name? Because it was an awesome name, Vivica Fox. Vivica Fox. That just sounds like Jessica Rabbit. Dag on it. That's another person I can see their face and I can't remember their name. Gabrielle Union. There it is. Now, can we get the other child's name back in my brain? As I look at her, and it's not Robin Givens, but it's oftentimes he's been paired um with a Latino woman, you know, or a very, very fair black woman. But I just named three of his main movies, his breakout movies, where he was with a black woman. So my theory really isn't too true. But when he became big, 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 it was always a Latino woman he was paired with. Like in I Robot. Oh no, she wasn't. Was she Latino or she was just a brunette white woman? I don't know. In I Robot, it was a white woman that somewhat was his love interest. She was, but she wasn't. He was flirting with her. She liked him. Did they ever get together at the end of the movie? I don't think so. I don't know why. He was sexy, magenta in that movie because he had just finished doing Ali. And Ali, well, see, he's telling somebody's story's life. So of course, all his women were black, especially once he became Fruit of Islam. Yeah, he liked his black women. I'm pretty sure he had some white women, but I doubt it. Possibly. Matter of fact, I don't know, Chad. Let me shut up, okay? Let me shut up, okay? Um, but all the beautiful black women in there. I'm trying to think about who else. Dang, I can't. Will Smith was a bad one. Will Smith was a bad one because right now the only I think Eva Mendes is something else of his. that she was the love interest in it. And I'm still simultaneously trying to remember, oh, that woman's name. She was in 227. Help me, y'all. Help a girl, your girl. You know who I'm talking about. Okay, she was Craig's sister in Friday, the first one. I don't think she was in the second one. You know who I'm talking about. But it is not unusual to be loved by anyone. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's not unusual. Anyway, let me stop. But it's not unusual to see this in Hollywood. Okay. But I see the narrative that they're trying to incorporate everybody. Okay. That's what it is. But at the same time, you can incorporate everybody. Again, like I said, I don't know. I'm not saying the whole movie should be the black version of another movie. I'm just saying that just make the love interest the same race as the other person. But then it's like, I mean, it's like again, we want to incorporate everybody because there's mixed relationships out there, and then probably way more than we know. Just because we don't see it a lot, there's plenty of black and white black people that are married to white people, Asian people, um, uh, I don't know. What other black people, Asian people, Indian people, even though Indians are Asians? Uh, I'm trying to think. Australian people, UK people. What other cultures? Jews, black Jews. There's black people that are married to Jews and Muslims. And you know what I'm just saying? There are mixed relationships out there. Love doesn't know a color or race or culture. It is what it is. You love who you love. But we just seen a lot of mixed characters, and I would like to see a good love story between black. I mean, some black love, some real black love. You know, in these films because you'll find white love all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing, like if you're gonna put an Asian character in a position, have the love interest to be Asian or Jewish or the same culture, same, you know what I'm saying? Just to show love in that community, but at the same time, can we get a few more films in before we want to call them out, Dr. Umar? Let's just thank God that we find. I mean, like Disney actually put a young black woman in a role that was originally not black, not brown. Okay, but I see you. I see where you said. I see what you're doing. I see where you're going. I see it, and I see that it is happening a lot. It is happening a lot. It's almost like the white man is trying to just like, we still here, we still here, we still running stuff though, we still running stuff. Y'all are falling in love with us, okay? I can see it. I see what you're doing, but I feel like it may be the wrong messenger, or maybe just too soon. Let them get their kudos because we've had a lot of things that has been destroyed because we feel like It is not a good representation of the black community. I'll go allegedly Cicely Tyson with the Superfly or against Ron O'Neal when he was playing the pimp. No one. That's not a good representation. She just really dissed the movies, the black exploitation movies. And it was, but what she failed to understand is, yes, a bad representation, but you had black writers that was making these movies. And you know what I'm saying? And this could have been the genre where we were getting represented. Yeah, it's not the best representation, but is it a real representation? We have pimps and hoes, just like they do. Okay. And when you spoke against that, you kind of destroyed also the black writers that was on those shows. Okay, and the same thing with Esther Roll. I know with JJ, she hated the fact of his character of being a silly black man, but you know what? We black people are silly too. Okay, and you did like, and you went to right on down there to Ebony Magazine and blasted Jimmy Walker. Okay, and you kind of tore his little character apart and therefore tore him apart. Kind of. You know what I'm saying? Because you felt like we should have been, we're not all dignified though. We're not all dignified and educated. Some of us are silly, stupid, and we just I understand wanting to have the best representation of us and to see ourselves as we truly are on film. But can we also take a moment before we want to criticize just to give kudos to the people for them to even to get there to endure what they did. Because poor little Haley, Miss Haley, is it Haley? Haley? Yes, that played the Little Mermaid. A lot of people did not want that to happen. And she endured some things, I'm pretty sure, because of it. And that for Disney to even put that out, because Disney don't be doing nothing for us. Okay. We finally got a princess in the fold of the Disney princesses. Okay. But they would make her be the one that has to turn into a frog, though. Huh? 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 Okay. And to be kissing on a frog. Hmm? And was her love interest black too? Because I hope he was, because I forgot. I mean, like I did see that little princess and the frog, but I don't remember if her love interest, the frog, was actually a black man. Okay. But either way, just let's celebrate. Let's take a moment to celebrate those characters that have been played or drawn as black characters. We finally got a black hero. Now, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to throw a little shade at the little light skinned black former basketball player, whoever he was. I can't remember, but he was like, "Oh, we finally get a black Little Mermaid," and someone has to point out the fact that her love interest isn't black. We gonna complain about this. You can't win. I said, first of all, shut your face. This is not the first black hero. You stupid dingaling. You know who you are. Okay. Chances of you seeing this, okay, is slim and none. So I'm gonna say exactly how I feel. You was a dummy. We have a whole Black Panther out here in these streets. Now, out of it's like we got few and far in between black heroes. Okay. My brother, I would have been like Dr. Umar. We had Black Panther who had a whole black, beautiful, dark skinned sister as his love interest and had his baby. Okay, Black Panther was blacker than black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all. It was all kinds of black love up in there. Okay, so that's what you could have responded with that. This should have been a main topic. So, oh, Dingaling, talk about we finally got a black hero. There's plenty of black heroes and villains. Well, not plenty, but we do have more than Miles Morales. Now they finally give us a black Spider Man, yes, but not only hero. Duh, we got Luke Cage, Bulletproof Man. Come on now, and we got Cyborg. What's his name? The one on DC Comics. He's a cyborg. That young man is black too. So we have black heroes. We don't have a lot. Storm. Duh. Are you forgetting all these other black superhero characters? Hello. How you doing? Anyway, okay. So that's all I have to say, and that's all I needed for short chat because I shouldn't have spent that much time because that was a whole long chat. That was a whole 15 minutes of funk. There ain't no junk, because that's what we about to get into. The 15 minutes of funk. It ain't no junk, Okay, so this is starting to be a weekly thing. And of course, now that I want to have a weekly thing, because child, you have to join me on my morning walks with walking in water, or whenever I do it. Because I may do it this afternoon. I didn't do it this morning, y'all. Actually, I was tired this morning because I was up early, or I was up late drafting my morning chat, finishing up some content, finishing editing and posting my bedtime stories, all that stuff. So I was tired and I just stayed in the bed. Doesn't mean I won't do my walk today. Even though we know if I don't do my walk in the morning, it's not going to do it. So let's get into the 15 minutes of fun. There ain't no junk. And it is black. Is it black owned or not? Okay, so this is kind of starting to be a little fun here for me too, because as I drive around and I'm door dashing, there's certain restaurants that I wonder, are they black owned or not? And the what brings the question to my mind is either because there's a plethora of black people who work there, and it seems like it might be owned or maybe even franchise owned by a black person because of so much of the black people that work there, and it looks like it's being managed, and it just seems very black. The other ways it's in a black neighborhood, or what I would call a black neighborhood. What is that nowadays? Right, where there's a higher population of black people in the area, what I would call black. Old Fourth Ward, though it's not as black as it used to be. I was like, hmm. Well, what's that doing over here? Or why is that over here off of Metropolitan, over there on the old Stewart Avenue? Not really, but why is it over in that area, or Cascade, or which is one of the wealthy areas, black areas, known black areas, Cascade, or when you're around and so what are you doing here and what you about, or Edgewood or Auburn, all over there by Martin Luther King, you know what I'm saying, where you would think a lot of black owned stuff would be there. And there's a lot of black owned restaurants and stores and businesses here in Atlanta. Okay, this is like the mecca of black owned. It should be Atlanta black owned. Okay, it should be. Atlanta should be literally black owned. That should be the theme. It's a hot Atlanta, black owned. That whole hot Atlanta was probably a black person who did that. Okay, Atlanta, again, Atlanta is not the same as the state of Georgia. Okay, Atlanta is a whole state by itself. It's a black state, black owned. Okay, so and the third criteria that makes me wonder if it is if they pander to the black community. Like they'll have black cultural things in their restaurant. They're playing, hip hop and R&B in their restaurants. You know, they're very just ethnic, black ethnic esque. They pander to you, you know, kind of like African pride. I was 3 years old 3 years ago. I was today years old 3 years ago. So I'm 3 years old and knowing that African pride is owned by a white man. Yeah, I thought I'm power to the people. I used to get that African pride feeling like I'm supporting my people and my where my ancestors are from, and it's owned by a white man. So their commercials, the pictures, and all this stuff will make you think that this is definitely black owned. It's got to be black owned. Okay. So the first restaurant on my list is the Highland Bakery. Now I can put my glasses on. I can bear this because this is the last 15 minutes of fun. Highland Bakery. Okay, this Highland Bakery is owned by Stacy Eames. I hope I'm saying her name correctly. It is a spinoff of a coffee cart, Java World, that Miss Stacy Eames started back in the late 90s, like in 94, some so on and so forth, I believe. And then she eventually bought out um, the Highland Bakery, which is located on Highland Avenue. Now, there's 14 locations in the area in Georgia, I believe. She has franchise. I couldn't find any of the franchises in the time, child. I was too tired at 3 o'clock in the morning. But it's located off of Highland Avenue in Old Fourth Ward, Georgia. She bought it from the original owners of it, which was a bakery prior. Okay. It was an old bakery building. The building where it is now was a bakery before. And the person that owned it before, I could not find out who it was. I think she mentions it in a video where she did an interview, the name of the person, because I did watch the interview a little bit. And but she bought that from the originals, but I couldn't find the originals. Like I couldn't Google and say who was the original owner of the Highland Bakery. Does not pull up. It all pulls up Stacy Eames. So she cleaned the internet to make sure you knew that she was the one. The only time you knew it was owned by someone else is when she said it in the video, the interview. And I think it says a little bit on it, but it doesn't say who it was. So she bought it, she owns it, and she owns the franchise. She started in the coffee business, and Miss Stacy Eames is a white woman. Okay, I have not went to Highland Bakery, but it's a whole vibe on a nice, sunny, warm, or even just a slightly chill in the air. Just sitting outside on high, or they have outside seating, inside seating. It's a whole vibe. I mean, you can walk the belt line, walk past there, grab you some coffee or whatever. One day I might even do it and just see what their croissants taste like or how their baked foods here. But this restaurant was not made. I mean, at first, initially, it was straightly just baking bread. Whoever owned it prior to that, all they did was bake bread, child. Okay, and they was losing money, and that's when she bought it out after she came back from Aruba allegedly. No, she had went out of the country for a minute. I'm pretty sure she deserved it. Okay, go woman, lady power. Okay, you go ahead and run them business. That show them how women can do it. Hello. Um, but yeah, so she's a white woman, and it has been in business. She's been owning it since 2004. You want to go by Highland Bakery on Highland Avenue in Old Forts Ward. Okay, look it up, Highland Bakery. Okay, the next restaurant, it's assumed that it's possible by the name of this restaurant. Oh, by the way, Highland Bakery is an Atlanta restaurant, founded here in the Atlanta area. Okay, I the next one is it's assumed by the name and the genre um, of this type of restaurant food is clearly black owned. You would just know that you're supporting a black person. Irie not Irie Man, Irie Mon, Mon. I had a very hard time figuring out who is the owner of Irimon. It is at 1800 Peachtree Street. Is located in a building, and they also have food trucks. I don't know. I still am not confident in who I found as the contact for this company. Everything that I found on the internet, and again, I did a surface. I didn't go deep. Okay. I didn't go deep. I might have to deep dive to find who owns Iryman, which the only thing I could find was this Lydia McKinney as the contact person on Business, Biznes, I believe is where I found this information. And child, um, she's a black woman, but she's just the contact. I'm going to tell you this. I feel African pride ish with this because you couldn't find too much on who owns uh, African pride either. You just assumed that it was a black person. Um, I'm going to tell you because everything is so hidden and the owner of this business is not one that needs to be put in the forefront. They are really promoting this business. Everything I find on Ariman is just Ariman the business, Ariman the business. Everything, the Instagram, the social media is all that person. I do know if I do the work, I can find out who it really is because they can't be hidden. And the business information, if it's a registered business, that I'm pretty sure it is. I can go to, the corporation, which is the Secretary of State, and find out who the person is. Okay, I can do the deep dive now. I'm a whole paralegal in these daggone streets. I can find out. Okay, but for the purposes of time, the only person I found is she's black. But my suspect is that she's just a beard, and that, hey, how you doing? All business promotion. I know why you here. Um, she, I think she's a beard, and I think it's a white person. I think there's a white person that is behind Ariman. I do. And I don't care, y'all. Look, Jamaican food. I don't know who owns it, but I know who be cooking it. And I be seeing the brother out there on his grill, okay? smoking and that jerk. Okay? Trust me, I picked up a couple of times, honey. Okay? Look, go to Ariman. Okay? You got about 15 minutes. I would suggest you order it unless you plan on paying for parking. It is in it's like a part of the restaurants of a building, or office building on 1800 Peachtree Street. I believe that's northeast. Child, go. Okay. Get you some that food. I haven't had it yet. I haven't had it yet. But when I tell you, when I see, look, let me tell you something. Okay. If you don't see a smoker behind a barbecue spot or a Jamaican spot, okay, and since we're talking about the Jamaican food, Caribbean food, and they serve jerk, promise you, if they don't have a smoker and they serving jerk, and you don't see them cooking it on the grill, you're gonna get that fake saucy jerk chicken. Basically, it's just baked chicken with some jerk sauce on it. But that's not jerk chicken. Jerk chicken is supposed to be grilled and dry rubbed. There shouldn't be no juice like that. Not the jerk that I know. It shouldn't be that way. It's like a dry rub. It's like a Louisiana rub jerk, and you're supposed to grill it. You're supposed to put it on the grill. Okay, not in the oven. I'm just saying. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. And I love me some Jamaican food. So, so as far as we know, Lydia is the contact person. Anyway, moving on. The halal guys. Okay, this is a restaurant that sells not Muslim cultured food, kosher food for Muslims to eat. Okay, so rest assured there is no swine served at this halal guys. Okay, and what made me think that possibly this could be black is because it's located over on, I want to say, 8th Street. No, it's not 8th Street. Yes, it is. It's 8th Street over in Atlanta. And every time I go in there, there's always some beautiful black people serving and running that business. And being that it is, it just makes me wonder who owned it. Okay, it's not because of the location, it's just because it was a lot of black people there. And I just want to see. So I found out it is owned by Ahmed Abuelenian. Abuelenian. Okay. If you happen to run into this, or if you know the person who, and I apologize for pronouncing your name incorrectly, sir. Now the founders are Egyptian. So Ahmed is Egyptian. He's an Egyptian Muslim. Okay. And it was founded in New York. This is a New York City founded company. And yes, the CEO at this time is Ahmed A. Ababwa. I don't know if I probably said it better than I did it the first time. Okay, so that is black owned. It's more Muslim owned, and not like he's not dark skinned. It's like I couldn't tell what is he. I know halal is kosher, is non swine, it is very Mediterranean heavy dishes at halal guys. They're the ones with the gyros or gyros. Now, I hope I said it right. I know it as gyros, but I've heard it's called gyros. So that type of stuff. So it's very Mediterranean, not Middle Eastern, but yeah, Middle Eastern. All that is over there close to Africa, but they're Egyptian. And I mean, if they are Egyptians, they probably consider them non-black, because I heard some Egyptians don't consider themselves black, but it's in Africa. You will be supporting a minority business. If you were to go to Halal Guys, I would suggest you go there. It always smells delicious in there, and the people are joy. Um, the last one on the list, now, child, you like, why would you even put this on the list and ask this question? Because even in the logo, it shows the ethnicity of the owners or the supposed owners. Okay, this one you could tell by the name. This is it. That's the name of the restaurant. It is a Atlanta-based business that serves Southern cuisine. And on the logo, you have two black guys. Okay, on every logo, anything connected to this is it is these two black guys on it. Okay. But you can't trust that. That could be a pander situation where you got the black face, but it's actually white owned. So the owners of this business, upon the research that I did, is indeed those two black guys on the logo. Shelly Anthony the third and Telly Anthony. Okay. This is a father-son duo. It is owned by Shelly, who is the father. Okay. He is the father, but it's run by both of them. It is the this is it that I know of. I believe is off of Memorial Drive in Stone Mountain, or at least heading towards Stone Mountain. It might be considered Decatur. I have never had their food. Um, but I'll be honest with you, I don't trust any barbecue because ain't not one. This is it. I seen anything smoke, no type of smoker where you like an outside smoker, not one of those smoky ovens. Not one of them air fry machines, big air fry machines, because that's the way they do it at JR Cricket. They have ribs at the one on Midtown and North Avenue, and they have a oven that they it looks like an oven that they are supposedly smoking the ribs. I don't trust that. I mean, like I'll eat it. No, their ribs is delicious. They ain't gonna lie. Okay, but it's like, so what? I might have to do me of my food, the auntie's food vlog at some of these restaurants here. Halal guys, Ari man, Ari. I'm gonna go there first because I want some of that jerk right off the grill. Okay. And this is it. Will probably be the last one that I would do, just like I did for this 15 minutes of funk. That was a whole 30 minutes of funk. Okay. Um. So that's all I have for you. I hope this was information that you can use if you want to patronize, so you know who you're patronizing. Now I'm telling you go check them all out, but know who you're patronizing. Okay? Don't go in there blind thinking, "Oh, I'm supporting my I always go to black owned businesses. I buy African pride products. I go to Popeye's chicken all the time. I was like, girl, you just supporting white people still. Still. Anyway, that's all I have for you. I have no more. I will see you all tomorrow for the morning chat. I'm gonna ask you a favor. Please put in a comment some topics that I can think of because it just seems like there is no major thing, and everybody's been talking about this Danae Jackson. I've been and said what I had to say about it, and we talked a little bit on a single and satisfied, but there ain't nothing popping locking right now, or at least I'm not seeing it. So let me know something that you want to talk about. It's boring up in these streets. Ain't nobody slapping nobody no more. Ain't nobody calling nobody out no more. Everybody politically correct. Ain't nobody grabbing nobody in the coochie. Nothing. Come on. Y'all making Dr. Umar's make sense? Get the heck out of here. Come on. Kevin Samuel ain't dissing black women no more. He can go. Rest in peace, brother. What's going on? What's up? I need to get reconnected. What's trending? I'm saying? I don't want nothing to happen to me. But what's going on so I can talk about it. Shoot. There's gotta be more. And see, and then I'm gonna have, oh child, I don't got enough time today to talk about all this stuff. But at any rate, let's get into it. Y'all, and y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow with the Walking in Water, because I will be doing it tomorrow. God's willing, I'll see, and the creek don't rise. I'll be doing my morning, my Walking in Water in the morning at 7:30, no later than 7:30, 8 o'clock. And if I do that, I'm going to be coming in here late. But I doubt it, because I doubt it. I doubt it. If I get my sleep on and still do what I have planned to do today, child, we're going to be out there. So, again, get out of here. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Bye, y'all.